year ago, the New Orleans Saints, Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, and those first 2 weeks, man, the most electric weeks in football history. They will go down as one of the most memorable moments in all of sports. The 30 for 30 is going to be wild. And after those first 2 weeks, well, the cliff, that was a very steep cliff they fell off of. Really, time after time, boneheaded decisions. It really wasn't working out for the Saints. They end up firing Dennis Allen right before the season ended. Derek Carr retires in the middle of the offseason. And yeah, everything went wrong. The Eagles won the Super Bowl and they're building, and just like how the Cardinals did a couple years ago, they trapped one of their coordinators in what do I assume is a small closet. They got Kellen Moore to sign with them, be the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints, who is going to try curating and fixing this thing called a quarterback room. And let's shimmy right into this one here. I don't know where to start. All right, quarterback room, Tyler Show. He's been all over the place in the college football world. Oregon, Texas A&M, Louisville. Now he's a second-round pick in this past year's draft, competing with Spencer Rattler for the QB1 job. They do bring back Brandon Cooks, who's been all around the league, everywhere. The Patriots, Rams, Texans, Cowboys. He finds his way back with the Saints, the team that drafted him in the first round, all the way back in 2014. They do draft Kelvin Banks, who's trying to help an offensive line that has been struggling in recent years. They end up trading for Luke Fortner after the preseason Week 2 game against the Jacksonville Jaguars for the defensive tackle Sanders. So key pieces there. Yeah, gentlemen, I don't have much else to say. I don't know what to look at. I don't know the positives, the negatives. But Taysom Hill's still on the team, so that's a positive. But obviously, coming off of a catastrophic knee injury nearing the end of the season is a little ways to work back for the 35-year-old.
All I gotta say before we start is, Kellen Moore, you are the biggest idiot in the NFL. That is all.
Why is that?
You leave. Okay, it's one thing that like the Cardinals were kind of like made sense when the poaching corners, and same with the Colts. There's no offense on this team.
Yeah.
What are you doing, offensive guru, to leave a team that just won the Super Bowl and broke like the 2,000-yard rushing mark for the first time in how many years, to go down to New Orleans where you maybe have a quarterback? And
I think maybe is a very inappropriate word here. I don't really think there is a quarterback. Maybe is a very strong word, I think, to use here for this quarterback room.
Oh, it's all guys that were kind of like fun-ish in college. Ainer, Shuck, Rattler. Those are all, they had fun moments in college.
Will reminded me just now when he was talking that he became their new head coach. And it's just like, all I thought was like, damn.
Like, what a downgrade.
Well, not even that. It's just like, for what? I felt like it's been 10 seasons of everyone being like, oh man, he'd be a good head coach. Will he go here as a head coach? Will he become Dallas's next head coach? Blah, blah, blah. And then, like, this is the job he finally gets as a head coach. He
asked for it, though. He really asked for it. There wasn't much else to, like, do there.
Nonetheless.
He wanted to be a head coach so bad.
Yeah. This was not the move.
That you choose a team that you might not get another head coaching opportunity for another 6 years.
It's just like we've been waiting and waiting for him to be a head coach, and then like, what a dud. Maybe not. Maybe he's amazing and just gonna be. But I would say, and knowing what division this is, I would say that none of us are truly very hopeful. Unfortunately,
I like the receiving core. I really do. Olave is good when he's healthy. Shaheed was a great piece that discovered at the end of 2023 up until he hurt himself this past season. Brandon Cooks, if he's healthy, he's really good. I mean, Juwan Johnson's really good as well. Alvin Kamara, you know what you could get in Kamara. But it's like the quarterback room is just like the piece where it's like I can't find myself excited for this team. Obviously, I want to be proven wrong, but like I just can't. I don't know who's starting week 1. That's the issue.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just like, oh, and then like 8 tight ends on this because 2 of them, I guess, are hurt. And just, whatever. I'm not
Oh, they got Devin Neal out of Kansas.
This is the NFC South in a nutshell.
I want to jump to defense. I have nothing else for this offense. I really can't. But on the defensive side of the football here, yes, they did lose one of their cornerbacks. He ended up going to the Giants. The Honey Badger retires after a long NFL career of 12 years, spanning from the Chiefs and the Cardinals. And then he finishes down in the Saints, where he did go to college down the street at LSU. Go Tigers. But they do end up rebuilding a little piece of that secondary there. Isaac Yiadom from the 49ers. They bring in Justin Reed, who's a two-time Super Bowl champion from the Kansas City Chiefs. And then Julian Blackmon, they sign after Matthew retires. But Devon Gashaw from the Saints, the Patriots comes in. They really added a lot on this defense, so it doesn't seem all that bad. Kool-Aid McKinstry, he's going to get another year of experience. Alontae Taylor, what he's going to do in a contract year. All right. Jonas Sanker, he made some plays in preseason. Can that become stuff in the regular season? Quincy Riley's another one. Danny Stutzman. You have a lot of pieces here, along with where's his name? I'm drawing a blank. There it is. Cameron Jordan, who's not getting any younger. This man has been dedicated to this team since he's been drafted to them. And also Chase Young, who they re-signed to another contract extension this past offseason. With also Demario Davis, who has been there for Lord knows how long, 2017, I want to say, 2018. It's been a very long time coming.
So you started listing off names. I'm like, oh, they're good, like young pieces, and then I went and looked at who the coordinator was. I had totally forgotten.
Who's the coordinator?
Our good friend, Brandon Staley.
Oh, good God.
Did somebody say boom?
That needed to be played. It just could not be played.
Oh,
Dude, come on. Because I was so prepared to be like, you know what? This will be the usual defense that we see from the Saints that's pretty solid and gonna hold up. And God, dude, who knows at this point?
You're telling me the guy from the Bounty Gate isn't available right now? Like, I'm pretty sure he will come back to coach the Saints, but obviously I don't think he could go back to the Saints solely because of what happened, but
whatever. I don't even. Now I really don't have anything. I got nothing because I don't know. Whatever.
What
dude.
did they add on the offense here? I have to go back here. I don't know. They added a lot more on the defensive side of the ball, which I didn't think they need to, but obviously they were poached a lot. So,
a couple tight ends, Johnson, Jack Stoll, and then Cooks, really, Cam Akers. That was the whole offensive adding.
It's just an old team. Like, this team's old. Like, Demario Davis isn't getting younger, but he's still a great linebacker for what he brings to the table. Cam Jordan, he's not getting any younger. Justin Reed's, I don't think he's getting up there in age. I think he's definitely like 29, 30 years old. But like Julian Blackmon's 26, so you're not really getting younger on this team. And obviously that was the issue with like the money getting pushed back, and it's just like you're really not getting younger and you're not getting any relief in the cap space part of it.
Yeah, they're like the sixth oldest team in the league.
Who's number one? The Steelers?
They
might be two. Yeah.
The Commanders by like
a day
average year
over the Steelers.
There you go.
I don't. I want to say it's good things for this defense. Obviously, like Kellen Moore, he wants to prove himself wrong. Obviously, he should have been a head coach a little bit ago, especially after the times with Dallas. He really made that offense electric. And then obviously what he did with the Eagles last year.
Why did he sign, or why did he select? He selected Brandon Staley to be the defensive.
There was no one left. I mean, he got hired at like the middle of February. Really, all those guys, guys.
Anyone in the world is left is better.
Aaron Glenn was like every head coaching opening was done before him by at least like 3 weeks.
Because he didn't get hired until after the Super Bowl. So
he had to wait till like the Friday, like the day that Valentine's Day, when the Eagles had their parade, was when he agreed to terms on that contract.
And instead of waiting another year with a good situation, you're just like, Grenade it
man.
all.
Could have done Jim Schwartz, Mike Zimmer.
I mean,
Oh,
Mike
but-
Zimmer hasn't really done anything since
Zimmer
he
got
left the Vikings.
He
That's
came back.
true.
He was at the Cowboys last season. It was awful.
Gerard Johnson, he's meh. Steve Spagnuolo. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. I don't know.
Let's go to the schedule here. I've kind of had enough of this thing here, but hey, week 1, big week. You play the Cardinals. Okay, you play a former Eagles coordinator, and you want to obviously prove them all wrong. And then week 2 is the 49ers, which Saints and Niners have clashes, so I expect a really good game out of that. But then where the schedule gets funky, then you got to go up to Seattle, and then you got to go to Buffalo. At least it's not cold Buffalo. It's the end of September, so it's still going to be warm up there. Then you got the Giants and the Patriots, Bears. I don't know. I think anything higher than 5 might be ludicrous. I'm having a difficult time getting above 5, but
3 or 4.
Genuinely, this is like maybe the easiest schedule we've seen in
And there's still a good possibility
entire
they go
time.
16,
17.
17.
I
This
really,
is- I do think this is the easiest schedule we've seen. This might be, you know what?
if they win, I think it could be the Giants, and then they could win in Nashville. I don't see them winning any of these other games.
There's a lot of easy
Yeah, I
wins
had-
on here.
I had the Giants, the Jets, and then Titans.
If Miami's incredibly hurt, who knows? Like, because that's later in the season. You have the Panthers twice just because you're in their division, but you lose one of them.
You
Really.
can't make the Panthers a pushover, man. They ended the season on such a great note that, if they can resume that stuff, then it's going to be tough for the Saints. But I don't know. This is difficult.
Funniest thing in the world. Giants having the hardest strength of schedule in the league is just
And they got to play the Saints, so it's like it's even funnier.
so the Saints have the second easiest strength of schedule in the league. So yeah, I mean that makes sense. That makes sense. We get to talk about a lot of easy schedules today. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Whatever. I don't know. If the coach hiring's great and the team's good, you could touch 500, but that's a pretty
The
unrealistic.
quarterback is the reason why you can get to 500. If there's no quarterback and the defense is out there, again, like we talked about the Giants, we talk about a lot of these teams. If the defense is out there for 40 minutes, it ain't stopping a nosebleed anymore.
And they are in the sports books world. They're not even at 5.5 wins. So I mean that's pretty on par with what we're saying. Here we are. Again, this is an easy schedule. So if somehow Kellen Moore had it figured out, man, and was the genius and like had it done, all right, like again, maybe you could get a 500 out of this easy schedule,
If this
but
team goes 500 or better, Kellen Moore coach of the year, Alvin Kamara probably MVP.
yeah, literally, dude. Yeah, Alvin Kamara would have to be the biggest factor of going.
And like he ended the year hurt. Like he was on a really good year. He was just about to get his first 1,000-yard rushing season, and then he gets hurt.
Crazy thing to think about, but not he has reception. Whatever, dude. I don't know.
Let's get this team out of the way here. What's
Hey.
going to make this season successful for the Saints?
Number 1 pick.
Welcome back, 2023 Arizona Cardinals.
I don't know. Really, realistically, what would make this a successful season for the Saints is like they
You need a real
compete-
quarterback.
Well, yeah, but like maybe you compete for the division because it's an easy freaking division. Maybe like this is a real hopeful hope. I'm saying because I don't know. This is such an odd situation because you have some bones of the Saints team that was like way better than this. So like it's not like I could just say, "Oh, hey, this is a brand new team. It's okay if they have a really bad season." I don't know. I'm over it.
I'm over it too.
Get the number 1 pick and draft the hometown kid.